It is the 15th of February, and I'm here with my star, everyone's favorite, April. See if anybody. There's a couple people. There's a couple people here, April. See, after Valentine's Day. There's a few more. Hey, Tyler, Monica, Mac, Oz, Raymond. April. Daniel's here. Bruce is here. Marvin, Robert. Are you at Starbucks, Robert? Raymond, Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Well, we're having crazy weather here. The lightning finally stopped a little while ago. Was it a full moon too? It looks like full moon, lightning, hail. Oh, you're home today? Yeah, this weather, I'd be home too. Lots of weather tonight. It was pretty creepy. I waited at the office an extra 10 minutes or so for the hail to back off a little bit. It was so strong. And tomorrow I have to get in my boat and take it to the boatyard. So this weekend is the Pacific Coast Show in Orange County Fairgrounds. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, I'm sorry, Raymond. You're asking Mac and Oz. Well, I'll be there. And if any of you are free on Thursday, I could use a little bit of help setting up. I think I have 3 or 4 people coming now, but just if anybody's available, if you guys want to help out, we could use your help. Hey, Lloyd. Daniel says they have strange weather in Arizona too. Yeah, the show's going to be a lot bigger this year. I've been to that show probably 3 or 4 times, and it's always been a really small show. Take you like 20 minutes to walk through it. But this year it's going to be big. It's going from 1 room to 3 rooms, since a lot of vendors aren't doing the Fred Hall show. So it's going to be an odd year doing 2 shows like that. And normally Fred Hall show is like, like the epic of sports shows in California. But this year it's not going to be that big. But hopefully it'll still be good. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us. Then I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure if it's next year or it's a year after that. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. February. Oh, no, next year won't be that. Okay, that's good. I was afraid that next year, oh no, we have a ways to go. Looks like it's about 5 years away. I was wondering what was going to happen if Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl fall on the same day. Are you guys going to be able to watch the game? So, looks now that the Super Bowl's been pushed back a week, it looks like that's where it's going to stay now. So, we're going to have this problem in about 4 or 5 years. Okay, what else is going on here? Everybody's saying hi to everybody. It sounded like Jeff got some tuna over the weekend. And then he fished Colinet a little bit too. But it's not like they got some tuna, so that's good. Nice to know the tuna are still around. Kevin, you still going to be able to help us out on Thursday? James just told me he can go for sure. Hey, Drama. Hello, Jose. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I agree with you, Monica. It's like ridiculous trying to go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day. And I think it would be even more of a mess to go on Valentine's Day when the Super Bowl's on. That would be a mess. Hello, Ron B. I like what Jeff says. He's going to watch the game even if duct tape is required. Hello, Donnie. Tony Gonzalez, how you doing? What knot do I use for 100-pound braid, 100-pound mono? I'll let Jeff answer that one because I don't think I've ever done that before. So usually my go-to knot is a double uni knot. I don't know if that works with line that heavy. So Jeff is here, and who else can answer that? I don't know, maybe Kevin? Kevin, can you answer that too? Lean cod whitefish. Hello. Oz, how about those Rams? Well, I didn't want to rub it in, but it was a good game. I was a little worried in the third quarter. It was pretty creepy there. They couldn't do anything, but somehow they came through. So that was good. I don't know what they're going to be like next year because they paid good money to get some of these guys in just for this year. So we'll see what happens. All right, so Oz has a ticket. Thank you, Oz. And Jose. So this is what we have for today, guys. 2 magic metals, a popper jig, a bucktail, some hooks, and some worms. Jose Delgado. So Kevin says he likes to crimp. Okay, and Jeff says he likes a double uni knot. That's good. Yeah, Daniel, I've never tried using the surgeon's knot. Rambo wants to know, Dan, what's the fishing tackle backpack do you use when you go on charter boats? Um, I really don't use a backpack. I normally use a rolling box. But if you want to go with a backpack, one that looks pretty good is that SKB one. It's in that commercial. I have one. I'm going to try it out this year. It's not too big, so it'd be too heavy to fill up. I'm also going to use for my tuna trips this year. I'm going to use the big SKB box, and the only reason I'm going to use it for tuna fishing is because if I use it for my everyday box, I will just I'm just going to go ahead and fill it with too much sinkers and too many jigs in that. But because I'm going to use it for strictly tuna fishing, I won't have to worry about overdoing it. Hooks don't weigh a lot. I'm only going to have maybe 10 different jigs all rigged up, from flat falls to SK jigs, knife jigs, stuff like that. And then I'll have some magic metals in there. And that'll probably be it, plus some leader material. As a rule, I don't take trolling lures with me, but maybe I will this year. I'll take some trolling lures, but we didn't really use trolling lures the last couple of years. So I don't know. Drama. Hey, Dan, will there be Saturday? Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to be in building number 2, the Santa Ana building. So you can find us there, but we'll be there. Yeah, Tony, I would go a lot longer than 25 feet. There's like two thoughts on putting, spectra line on your reel. Some people like to go spectra straight to the fluorocarbon. A lot of boats will do that just because they don't want to tie all kinds of knots. I don't like to do that. I like to have 75 yards, 100 yards of mono to have that shock absorber. So when you get the fish close to the boat and it's getting up to the surface and it starts kicking really hard, you have no stretch in this. And I don't want the spectra to break. And I just had some bad experiences over the years with my spectra popping, not the knot breaking, but just the line popping because it's such a short leader there. So what I'm doing now is what I've done for a while now is put that longer piece of mono, and then from the mono put on my fluorocarbon. So that's what I do. Leo wants to go. Was that spear gun? Spear fishing? Yeah, I don't do that. Is that day? Or how do you pronounce that? DUY? Do? No. I'll mess it up. Sorry about that. So Jeff's talking about the lingcod. Tony answered that. And that says, hey, Dan, just got dinner cooked, Robert. Robert, what? Okay, so you guys are watching me. Hey, Marshall, how you doing? That sounds good, Jeff. Cow cod stuffed with blue crab meat. Hmm. We get April just stalking me there. She acts like she doesn't eat ever. She's got tons of food. Every time she sees a light on in this room and me sitting in this chair, she comes running over. Okay, Annette Sanchez. Okay. Raymond. Thank you, guys. Let's see what else is here. Jose, there's a show in Orange County at the Orange County Fairgrounds. It's the Pacific Coast Fishing Festival. I don't know what the official name of it is, but that's what they call it. It's been going on for years. It's always been like a small secondary show, but because of all the chaos going on with the Fred Hall show, this year it's going to be a bigger show. It's going to be at least twice as big as it's normally been. Turners will be there, and they won't be at Long Beach, but they will be at this show. There will be other dealers and retailers at this show. A lot of dealers you will not see at either show, like where you would normally see a lot of independent stores at the Fred Hall show and all that. A lot of them you won't see this year. And one of the main reasons, and not the only reason, but one of the main reasons is the stores are still having trouble getting all the gear that they need to sell. And the little bit of gear that's trickling in, they don't need to give it away. They don't need to cut deals to get people to buy it like they do at the Fred Hall show. Everybody's competing against each other. There's a waiting list at tackle stores for certain reels and certain jigs and stuff like that. So you're not going to see a lot of stores at either show, but Turner's is definitely coming to the Pacific Coast show in Orange County. And so that's going to do. So I will be there. I'm doing both shows. Jeff says, listen to Dan, mono stretch, important. Yeah, especially when you get in rough weather. I know a lot of people don't understand that, but when the boat's bouncing up and down and you have a fish on really tight, I mean, even if you watch Wicked Tuna, you'll hear the guys talking about how they back off the drags a little bit when they're in bad weather and the boat's bouncing. So, you just have, that's why I like having that shock absorber. I like having a lot of mono in there. What else is on here? Joe says looks like bad weather all week. Yeah, I like weather that's a little wet, a little bit of rain. When it's shows like this, it'll keep the people off the boats and get them to attend the shows. So we don't want pouring rain where people don't want to drive, but a little bit of rain, a little bit, drizzle and stuff to keep the people off the water and have them come to the show. Hello, Tim. Hey, Fish Killer. Yeah, the only problem, Fish Killer, with going so short with the mono is that knot's going to probably get in the way when you're trying to cast and stuff to get the line out. That's why I like to go with the longer piece of monofilament. Hey, Tamara. Leo, favorite fish to eat? That's easy. White sea bass, probably by halibut after that. And then, fresh calico bass is delicious. Fresh red snapper is delicious. Tonight I'm going to cook up some bluefin. I already made some brown rice, and then after I get done here in 20 minutes or so, I'm going to what do you call it? Sear up some bluefin tuna. Have a little piece of bluefin that I defrosted this morning. I actually since yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and cook that up today. Yeah, Fish Killer. The only reason Jeff's talking about cow cod because he was in Mexico at Colonet. So in Colonet it is legal to catch them, and I don't know if it's legal to bring them into the United States. Probably not, but they cooked it up on the boat there for their clients and they ate it there. So yeah, you can do that. DJ just grilled my last package. That's good. Sounds like you're going to go to Guadalupe. Yeah, Lloyd, you're right. He was fishing and calling it. He was quite a few, over 100 miles south into Mexico. Tamara, you're with girlfriends and you're on with us on YouTube. They must think you're weird. But hello, Tamara's girlfriends. I don't know what the weather's like up here, but it's been ugly down here. I posted a little video on my Instagram of the hail falling on my truck and had lots of lightning on that little drive home. So it's pretty rough. I'm hoping the weather lays down tonight because I need to move my boat in the morning and take it over to Alamitos Bay for the boatyard. Oh, Fish Kelly, I never tried changing out the bearings on Alexa. Maybe I'll try that. Let me see. Gerald, Dan, do you think 25 yards of mono top shot is enough? Yeah, like I said, Gerald, I really like at least 75 yards. I usually put 75 to 100 yards of mono on top of my as my top shot. And then if I want to use fluorocarbon, then I'll put a small piece, like half the length of the rod, so I can cast. But like we've been discussing, some people like to go straight from the Spectra straight to their leader, and I don't. I like to have at least 75 yards. I really believe you need that rubber band effect, that stretch in the monofilament, because the Spectra has no stretch at all. It's like using cable. So that's why. So we just happen to have a piece of cable here. So this is what Spectra's like. It doesn't stretch. It's cable. It's no give to it. So when you put monofilament on, you get that stretch, and it gives you a little bit of leeway and makes it work out good. You don't want to be pulling the hook. You don't want to be breaking a line, anything like that. Hey, Wild Willie. Yeah, fish killer. It's not. It's just a preference. Some people like to go short leaders. Some people like to go longer leaders. I've lost enough fish on shorter leaders that I go longer leaders. Wild Willie saying hello to everybody. Marvelous. What about spinning reels? Do I need to put mono on spinning reel when I'm throwing? I've never thrown a Tatty 45 on a spinning reel. I'm sure you could do it. I just haven't done it. Um, I think I will try this year if I get on some smaller school size tuna, like 30-pound tunas. I think I'll take a spinning reel and try that this year. If you go like to Florida, they use spinning reels for everything from marlin, sailfish, well, especially sailfish, tuna fishing. But when you go to Florida and you hire a guide, there's normally only like two of you on the boat, maybe four. So it's not like what we do, like us here, where we're on a big sport boat. You might be with 30 other people. So if you hook a fish on a spinning rod, they're not going to go chase down the fish. If everybody else is fishing 60-pound test line, 80-pound test line, and you throw a 30-pound spinning reel out there and you hook a fish, they're not going to tell everybody to wind in. Let's go hunt this fish down. It's part of the reason everybody fishes a little bit heavier line so that you're not on a fish too long, because nobody wants to sit there for 2 hours to watch one person try to battle a fish on light line. And, I've actually seen boats tell people to button down the drag because we're going to move the boat. We can't lose the fish any longer. We have to follow them. So that's what they'll do. Cow cod yellow eyes. That sounds good. Daniel. Yeah, that sounds good. Talking about making fish chips. Donnie, that sounds good. I like ling cod a lot. Sometimes I use ling cod to make fish tacos. So that works out good. Halibut fish tacos is always good. Said he had sculpin. Yeah, I don't think people realize how good sculpin is. I mean, I've had sculpin in sushi bars as sashimi, and I like to cook sculpin. It cooks up really easy, fast. Um, I just have a bunch of tuna that I haven't really gone through. So I got some tuna I'm going to eat tonight. Tomorrow I'm having Dungeness crab that I got when I was up in Emeryville. So I have some Dungeness crab tomorrow. And then Thursday, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to defrost some rockfish. I have a ton of rockfish still in my freezer, and I need to start going through it. So I'm going to start cooking up some rockfish. But that's one of my goals, is start eating more fish. And I have plenty of fish here. Ling cod. Whitefish says on Monday, be going out on the new Seaforth rockfish. Cool. What's that? 201 Brew Crew. Dan, what is the best time to go fish the Channel Islands, in your opinion? Jeff and I have been having that discussion about white sea bass fishing, and I actually moved my white sea bass trip to June because of Jeff's suggestion. So I would say June. We added a trip on the Californian for May, just in case the fish are a little early. So we're going to be on the Californian out of Ventura in May, looking for white sea bass. I'm probably going to fish Anacapa, according to the owner of the boat. And then the next trip in June, I should say next trip, but in June, we're going to be fishing on the Stardust out of Santa Barbara. And we planned it for white sea bass time. So that's what I would suggest. If you want to go catch rockfish, it really doesn't really matter. I mean, the rock fishing over there is really good. And if you want to try phenomenal rock fishing, something like you've never ever experienced before, I would really recommend You take a trip up to Emeryville, go fish a new huck fin, go fish the sea wolf, even the tigerfish. I mean, those are great boats up there. Nice landing, free parking. One of the things I went one time out of San Francisco, you have to go on those ladders that are straight, really steep, get all your gear down. And parking is a nightmare over there in that area. So if you go fishing out of Emeryville, plenty of free parking, nice, beautiful ramp, easy to get to the boat. So it's a lot of fun. And the rock fishing there is really good. Okay, let me get up to the questions. Yeah, Tamara, I don't know how it only says $199, but I don't know how that works. Aaron, why don't you spool up with all mono? The reason we don't spool up with all mono is by using Spectra, you can take a small reel. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not fishing this for tuna, but you can put a ton of 50-pound Spectra on here and then put mono on top of that, and you get a lot more line on your reel. So if you're fishing a small reel like this for calico bass, sand bass, and you hook a 30-pound yellow, because you have so much Spectra and so much 50-pound Spectra down below, you can still land the fish. So in the old days, we used to use a reel like this. So, it would be filled with 50-pound or 60-pound mono. And now you can take a reel. This is still a small one, a 300 series. But you can take a 400 series. You take a 400 series, one of these, fill it with 50-pound Spectra, and then put your top shot on top of it, compared to having carrying a big reel like this. So the big advantage is the Spectra. You can downsize the rods and reels that you're using, and still have plenty of line. That's why people do that. It's a lot lighter and easier in your hands and all that if you're carrying it all the way. One and Only says, by the way, love your shows. Been watching them for about 3 months now. Oh, just to let you know, Juan, if you didn't know, this is my 36th year on television. So there's a bunch of episodes you can watch on my YouTube channel. And then if you want to watch a lot more, we have a little app for $1.99 a month, and you can watch them anytime you want. What else is on here? One says, I'm new to fishing. How many fishing poles do you recommend? I'm the wrong person to ask because I have way too many fishing poles, but as many as you can afford. You want rods for different situations. The rod you're going to use offshore for tuna is going to be different than the rod you're going to use inshore for calico bass. And where you can use some of your inshore tackle for rockfish and stuff like that, as the same as bass fishing. If you go for different size tuna, you're going to need a whole bunch of different size rods and reels. When I go tuna fishing, I'm normally taking 5 outfits, maybe 6. It just depends. But yeah, you want quite a few different outfits. You can also go to my YouTube channel right here and just do a search on, fishing gear for calico bass, fishing gear for rockfish, fishing gear for tuna. I have lots of videos there that will help you out. So hopefully that helps you. We're doing the raffle again, guys, for to win a free private charter with me. And what was it, $25 ticket? So here's the ticket in case any of you want to get in it. We're not going to do it till June, but I just want to let you guys know about it. And let me see, get the, for those of you that are interested in getting my my app, like I said, it's only $1.99, and we have over, I don't know, 60, 70 episodes there. And we try to load them up on there before they come out on TV, even so you can watch them a week or two early. So here is the link to the app. Yeah, like I said, it's only $1.99, and you can cancel it anytime. Okay, so Fish Keller's talking about adjusting his drag. All right, let me see if I can catch up. I've never had lionfish. I have to try that next time I'm in Florida. Yeah, if you guys trade your tuna in for canned fish, you are really going to lose a lot of the fish. It's just the trade thing that they do is really, really bad. You're probably better off to just go to Costco and get a couple of cases of fish and then take the fish that you catch and give it away to friends. Captain Mike, can you recommend a decent setup for rod and reel for yellowtail? Yeah, for $700, that's pretty easy for local yellowtail, not for like Guadalupe 50-pound, 60-pound yellowtail. But for local yellowtail, I would say either a Komodo or Alexa 400 series, and then go to Turner's and buy a Californian rod ready to fish like 25-pound test line. And that'll be all you need for local fishing. And the rod and reel is under 200 for sure. And the reel's probably two something. So you can probably get it for under $500 on the rod and reel together. And with that same setup, you could use it for rock fishing, shallow water rock fishing, like 200 feet or less. You can use it for small tuna, 30 pounds and less, maybe 40 pounds. And then white sea bass, all that. So you could do that. Lloyd, May 16th may not be too early if they bite a little early. But like Jeff was telling me, if you really want to plan on being at the islands during the peak of it, probably June would be good. Let me see. Mike says, why are so many vendors not going to Long Beach? A lot of it is because there isn't that much tackle, Mike. A lot of, in the early days of the Fred Hall show, I'll give you guys some history because I've been going to the Fred Hall show. I've had a booth there for 35 years. The only year I missed, we didn't have a show last year. So that was the only show we missed. 2020, they had a show. I'm pretty sure 2021, we didn't have a show. We definitely didn't have a show. So that's the only year I missed. And before that, I was going to the show because I was doing reports for Western Outdoor News. So I would do what they call on the spot reports, where I got to go on boats and write about how the fishing trip went and show some pictures of people catching fish. So that was lots of fun. So back then in those early days, you couldn't buy anything at the Fred Hall show as far as rods and reels. There would be, tackle companies there, and like Penn would be there showing their reels. And then inside the booth, there would be business cards from all the stores in the area. And then you'd go over there and say, okay, I live in the Pasadena area. And they'd give you a business card for Johnny's sports shop. And you'd go see Bobby or his dad then and go look at the reels and stuff there and buy them. And it wasn't until later that they started selling and then turned into a swap meet. And then a lot of people, um, would be having sales. So when everybody started selling, people would do special buys, closeouts, and stuff like that just for Fred Hall. Well, because of COVID, um, it was so hard to get gear. All the stuff that went on with all the stuff that went on with the ships and getting product in and getting stuff out of China and all that. It was just hard to get gear. So a lot of stores just don't want to discount anything. They don't have to discount anything because, like I said, they have waiting lists for people wanting to buy certain reels and stuff. So some people will be there, like Turner's will be there. They have a bunch of closeouts and stuff, and they'll have some specials, some good deals. They have their own line of rods. That'd probably be a good place to pick up a Californian rod. We'll be at the show in Orange County this weekend, so that would be good. But yeah, that's part of the reason. And then there's a lot of conflict going on between the people from the Fred Hall show internally. So a lot of people aren't going because of that too. But I think mainly the main reason is people just don't have the merchandise to go. And I think a lot of people are going to wait a year and see how everything settles down and see what happens. And then next year you'll see a lot more vendors back. But in the meantime, this other show that's been around for a while is going to get a big boost because a lot of people that were hesitant to do Long Beach are going to be in Orange County. And that's what's happening. So I just feel like an obligation to be there for you guys, my viewers. I was really thinking about not doing any shows this year and just, staying home for the most part. But a lot of people have been asking me to be there and stuff. And I just kind of feel it's more of important an obligation to my viewers and people that have supported me the last 35 years to be there. And I want to get the word out about what we're up to, what we're doing, and try to grow the Youth Foundation and our charters and all that. So I'll be there for better or worse. I'll be there and you can come by and say hi. All right. So we have 75 people on here, but only 35 likes. So can we get a few more likes, please? Yeah. So Lloyd, you see what Jeff says there. He thinks the peak month is June for white sea bass. Okay, let me catch up to the questions. Oh, I missed some of these super chats. Okay. Tim P. Who won the Super Bowl? Let me think. Were they wearing blue? The Rams won. It was a scary game, but it was up. Yeah, if you guys are looking for used gear, we have a bunch of gear on offer up for my youth foundation there that we're trying to sell. And if I knew how to find my stuff there. Let's see what happens if I just put my name in here. But we have a bunch of gear there and OfferUp that we're trying to sell to raise some money for the Youth Foundation. Yeah, Monica. April was staring at me for a while. She went through her 2 hot dogs already. All right. Excuse me. All right, let me get the super chats. So tomorrow's getting 4 tickets. Drama, Tyler. Okay. So 2 for tomorrow, 1 for Tyler, and 1 for Drama. Yeah, they're all here right now. Drama. Tyler. Tomorrow. Okay. What's the question, Monica? Where would you... If you really want to try something that's different, it's more of an experience with fun fishing, I would say join me in the East Cape trip. I do that East Cape trip every year. That's a lot of fun. So that trip this year is going to be in July. If you have 4 people on a boat, 2 people to a room, it's only like $730 a person. And this year, the whole community down there in Los Barreles is working with us. They're giving us a nice coupon book so you could go to different restaurants, get discounts. Some of the other stores are having discounts and all that stuff there. So it's going to be good. The people that do the fish processing are going to give discounts for just my group. So I think that would be a great trip to go on. Ivan, okay. Thank you. I like the way everybody's helping everybody else. Chris, watching us from Utah. It felt like Utah here earlier with all the hail. It almost looked like snow. Thank you for watching us from Utah. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe. I'm really close to 22,000 and I need some more subscribers. Okay, 201 Brew Crew. Thank you. Steven, tying straight braid to the hook or jig. I would never, ever, ever tie straight braid to the hook or to a jig. I think the fish can see it a lot easier. And I definitely would never do it bottom fishing straight to a jig, because if you got 80 pound, 65 pound Spectron and you hook a rock you're never going to be almost impossible to break it. Be really, really hard to break it. So we always tie monofilament on rock fishing, stuff like that. And like we've been talking most of the show, I like personally 75 yards to 100 yards of mono. So we have some stretch. Yeah, Lloyd, I'm going to go white sea bass fishing this year. I feel your pain. I want white sea bass too. So I have a trip in May, trip in June, and I'm probably going to jump on another boat in June without the TV cameras just to go fish white sea bass. So I'll be doing that. Good night, Tamara. Thanks for getting the tickets for the other guys. Okay, I need to get Henry and Halibut Man. I'll be there. And Halibut Man, I think you're the one that won the prize the other day that's at our office. So let me know when you want to come pick it up. I think you said you wanted to come by. You don't want to have us mail it. Lloyd, Dan, how long are the grips? Lloyd, I don't have one in here, or I would measure it for you. But I don't know if you can call a Turner store and ask them, or I can try to bring a rod in here on Thursday. So I can do that for you. Hello, Bay Area. Okay, who else? So I got Halibut Man. I got Henry already. Jose, I need to get. Bruce, thank you very much. Ramsey. Jim Stone. All right, guys, this is going to be last call for tickets. It's already after 8 o'clock. Thank you, Donnie. Yeah, Kevin's been around a long time. Kevin married my best friend's niece or cousin. Kevin, is your wife Larry's cousin or niece? I forgot. Think cousin. Okay. Fantamic. Get you a ticket. Got you there. Yeah, so that's another good point I didn't think about. Jeff's talking about that if you use braid straight to the jig and you hook a rock, you may snap your spectra at a really bad spot and lose a lot of line. So that's another reason not to do that. And like Kevin's talking about too, when back in the day when we used to fish 10, 15 hooks, we would have a swivel at the end, not to put the weight on, but to put on a piece of light leader. So if we were fishing, let's say 60-pound or 80-pound main line for our Ganyan with like 15 hooks on it, 10 hooks back in the day, you might have a piece of 30 or 25-pound with your sinker on it. And then that way, if your sinker got stuck in a rock, it would break off and you would still get all your fish. So that's how we used to do that. So yeah, Kevin was married to Larry's cousin. Says I did his wedding invitations back in 1981. Wow. Okay. Tim P says Bob Sands has a huge sale going on. Okay, people are answering questions. That's good. Okay, pole fishing. Let me get you a ticket. Again, guys, if you've never subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And there's my app for videos on demand. What was the question here? Okay. All right. Lloyd, so you got your answer from spinning. All right. Oh, that's good. Marty. Okay. Yeah, I really don't do too much internal work in my reels. I have the experts do it. You know, like if a great shop is Johnny Sport Shop Pasadena, Bobby is just an expert on the reels, great at servicing reels, and you know, he's probably one of the guys I would take my reels to. Yeah, Richard, there are going to be more retailers at the Pacific Coast Show, but there's not going to be nearly the amount of vendors that you would see at the regular Fred Hall show. And it's a bunch of reasons, but one of the reasons is um, there just isn't enough gear that the stores are getting in to take it to the show and offer big discounts. They really don't need to do it because people are just going to the stores anyways because they want to get stuff. So that's one of the main reasons. Oh, what's the other question there? That's a cool fish killer. Yeah, I've seen some nice white sea bass caught in San Francisco Bay, fishing on the sea wolf and the new huck fin when we were in there fishing for halibut, and people would catch some white sea bass, nice ones. Hey, Tony, fighting the dishwasher. Yeah, I had that problem earlier in the year, so I just broke down and bought a new one. I'm happy I did. Worked out really good. Ivan, here's the raffle. There's a couple of magic metals, a bucktail, popper jig, some worms, and a hook. We're going to do it right now, really soon. Yeah, this year I got a new dishwasher, and I'm glad I did. It works really, really good. Super, super quiet. And I got a new microwave. So it worked out good. Yeah, Oak Island's going to start good soon. So, all right, let me get the last tickets. Jose is getting another ticket. Thank you, Jose. Rock Hooper. What do I think about the Penn 9-aught? Yeah, that's going to be a monster size reel. I mean, this is a 4.0. And here's a Jig Master, just to give you a comparison. So this is way bigger than this reel. So 9.0. I think most of the fishing, the tuna fishing, you're going to see reels more, 4 40s, 50s, Saltega, stuff like that. And a lot of people prefer Shimano. I use a lot of Daiwa and Penn. I think you're going to find more of these. Like this. I haven't even put line on this yet. But I think you're going to see more of these type of reels instead of a 9/0. And I like the Star Drag. I waited for months for this reel. It's part of the reason people aren't going to Fred Hall show, because you have to wait. I think I waited 5 months for this reel to come in, and I ordered it 5 months ago. So, all right, guys, last call. We are going to close this up soon. I'm going to go watch Oak Island, even though they're not going to find anything, because they never find anything. But this week's going to be exciting because now they're using their big 10-foot white cans to go down. So we'll see what happens. I have a lot of, I have reels I haven't opened up in years that are still in boxes. So just old sponsors would send them and stuff, and I have them. A Pin 4.0, I've gotten more tuna in the 50 to 100 pound class with this particular, not this particular reel, but this particular reel as far as type and size, a Pin 4.0. I mean, this was my go-to reel back in the day for drop back for marlin and sailfish, and I caught lots of tuna on it. But now you got a 2-speed, the same size, lighter, and you can do all that now. So, but yeah, that will work out good. And that, what is Oak Island? It's not Oakland. It's called Oak Island. It's a TV show on looking for treasure on Oak Island. It's on right now, but the new episode starts in, I think, 15 minutes or so. Yeah, Oak Island, that's a show. It's a TV show. I'm not sure if it's on Discovery, or if I was in the other room with the TV, I could tell you guys what channel it's on. All right, Lloyd, I'll try to bring a rod in on Thursday and leave in here so I can do that. Gerald, those are two different style reels. Probably for all around, I probably would pick a jig master. I mean, a Newell, like a 332 or something like that, 229 for casting a small live bait. For working a jig, a surface jig, comparing those old reels, I like this. I used to catch albacore on this, yellowtail on this, small tuna, calico bass, and then I would take a junior half the size, and that was my go-to reel all the time for calicos and sand bass. But the 4.0 I would use for rock fishing and for tuna fishing, stuff like that. And then this is what we all used back in the day for rock fishing. I mean, this was it. You had a big plate to lay your rod on the rail, and you had this. This is Dacron, not even Spectra. Big power handle. Drop it down 500, 600 feet. Catch cowcods, watch them float up to the surface. That's what we used to do. Yeah, I'm going to have a bunch of my stuff for sale when we do the swap meets. We're kind of negotiating right now, trying to see how many we can have and where we can have them. But we're definitely going to have one at our warehouse. So we'll have that. Probably going to be April, May, see what we could do. I'll let pole fishing, I'll let Jeff answer that one. So I'm not sure what the drag should be on a big reel like that. Well, we're doing a raffle ticket for to win a private charter with me. So that's a $900 value, and it's only a $25 ticket. So if you guys ever want to do that. And if you want to get a raffle ticket for that, I'll give you the link for that. Like I said, there's no rush to get a ticket right now because that will not happen until June. I want to do it in June so someone will use it for the summer. The guy that wanted last year didn't do it until late in the fall, like November. But even though we picked the winner in June, he didn't do it till then. So, all right, so there's that. Okay, what was the question, Mac, about broken frames? I mean, that's how Accurate got started. I don't know if you guys know, but Accurate got started not by making reels, by making side plates for reels. So, like the 4 O's, the 3 O's, the Jig Masters, they were making metal frames to replace the plastic parts on the frames. But I didn't really break that many reels. But you could do that. I had a lot of those. I had a lot of those setups. Okay. All right, guys, let's pick a winner. I still have to make dinner and go watch Oak Island. All right, so here's the prizes. Here's the tickets. And today's winner is Jim Stone. Jim Stone is the winner. Okay. So, Jim, please send me an email with your shipping address, and it should get mailed to you tomorrow. I'm not sure. I should make it back to the shop tomorrow in time to get it out because I have to go take my boat in and all that. But go ahead and send me an email here. And I can get that for you. Yeah, I used to use the TLDs back in the day for slow trolling because I like the lever drag for slow trolling, and I didn't have problems with it. But all reels are break up if you get the right fish. It'll break them up. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. And again, if you're interested, Jim said to donate it. Okay. Hey, Drama, you just won a free prize. So let me know if you want to come by the office and pick it up. Thank you, Jim. I know Drama would appreciate it. So that's cool. And if you guys want to get a ticket for the trying to win the private charter, there you go. All right, Jim, thank you very much. Drama is now the winner of that prize. Congratulations, Drama. It takes the family to teach, takes the village to teach a kid how to fish, and everybody's been supportive. All right, guys, I'm going to go cook some dinner and go watch Oak Island. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you here on Thursday. And again, I'll be at the show on Orange County Fairgrounds this weekend. And thank you, Kevin, Jeff, everybody for answering questions, Mac, Fish Killer, all you guys, Tyler, for answering other people's questions. I really appreciate it. That's what makes this group really special, having everybody helping out one another, Kevin, and everybody answering questions. I really appreciate it. All right, talk to you guys later. Good night, everybody.